I fucking missed this game. I'm so happy to be back. At the same time, I'm absolutely terrified because I have no idea what the side stories have in store. We have 6 so far with parts, so screw it, let's give Monica and, what's her name? Monica and Sayori. Hey, Gotcha Tales, hello, Rancer. Alright, everybody, no spoilers in the chat, 'cause I've got no idea what to expect. Wait, oh, we're already in the school. Hey, Seth. Oh, we're right in then. No introduction. It's gonna kill my voice narrating. Oh. Okay, everyone. The literature club is starting. Let's all have a seat and take attendance, okay? Hello, Fachi. Ugh. I miss debate club. Who knew it'd be so difficult to start a new club? I feel worse with every day that passes without anyone coming in. I'm really starting to lose confidence. Yeah, also your mind later. Monica is the only— oh, this is a prequel! Only member of the literature club. In the days that have passed, all of our efforts to recruit new members have been fruitless. Am I going about this wrong? Yeah, all you need to do is manipulate the game and force somebody to be with you. Monica glances at one of her flyers. The headline, "Do you like literature?" Maybe nobody's into literature enough to pick this over their club. I can't just rely on people liking literature. I need to sell them on a vision. A vision! But what kind of vision? Solid.exe. Actually no, I'm wrong, sorry. Instinct Shadow would friggin' destroy him 2% of his power. What she realises is that the recent nights of staying up too late start to catch up to her. It's so quiet and the noise of the air conditioner is soothing. Monica's into ASMR, who would have guessed? Right. I wonder how the other girls are gonna fit it. Hello? Is this— hey, Sayori! Suddenly, a voice causes Monica to snap awake. Oh my gosh! I'm sorry, I never do this. Hehe, is this nothing club? No, this is— Monica pauses, suddenly embarrassed to admit this is, in fact, the literature club. This is the literature club. Yay! I thought I got it wrong for a sec. I'm super sorry, it was like so unprofessional of me to do that. Don't apologise, I do that all the time. Oh. Did I miss the club meeting? Where is everybody? Well, about that, this is everybody. Really? Just you? But we're getting more members, and I'm working very hard on it. Hold on a sec. If it's just you, just Monica. That means I get to be Vice President! Hey, Blue Twinkies. Wait, Vice President? What are your qualifications? Well, I'm better at nothing than you. Of course, Sayori. Maybe I should be president. No, Ria should be. Now you're just making fun of me. Oh, I'm sorry. What was your name? Sayori. Okay, Sayori. I've been trying really hard to get on this club. So there's Hentai Game on Steam. Okay. I know you caught me at a weird time, but it's really disheartening to not be taken seriously, you know? I care so much about this. I just want to find other people who do too. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I do care, I promise. I have a hard time being serious, that's all. Is this a dating sim game or a hentai game? Technically the first one, but it's also a horror game. I didn't mean for it to hurt you. And I was joking about the vice president thing too. I would make a terrible vice president. I mean, I'm sure that. Monica tries to say something reassuring, but it's difficult when she still doesn't know much about Sayori. I'm sorry, this isn't a real club yet. Would you still be interested in joining after I found a few new members at least? Well, no. I want to join now! Really? Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. Besides, I can tell how hard you've been working. You're doing amazing, and you should be proud of it, you know? So let me help you with turn something stressful into something fun. If nothing else, I'm good at that, so... Aha. Honestly, how could I possibly say no to that? That's really sweet of you, Sayori. Oh, I'm Monica. Oh, now you introduce yourself. Monica. That's such a cool name. Oh, now you're just trying to cheer me up. But you're smiling. Well, I did say it didn't work. Jesus. Monica glances at the flyer on her desk and realises that her name is already written on it. It's really popular. So what do we do first? Well, it's getting pretty late, isn't it? We could go home and try to come up with some new ideas to recruit club members. I could do that. Cool. And I think I need to put some more thought into my vision for the club. You know, like, a mission? My mission is to make everyone happy, and I'm sure you succeeded in that front, Sayori. Haha. Yeah, something like that. I need to think about it. Hey, do you like hugs? I guess so. Sayori suddenly pulls Monica into a friendly hug, then let's go. Some people could just really use a hug sometimes. Besides, Sayori whispers loudly, hug energy is what keeps me in my bed. Haha, hug energy. Monica laughs. Although Sayori is very different from her, Monica feels her spirits lifted. Who wouldn't, man? I love Sayori. Maybe it's just because she's finally found another club member. But, well, I'm looking forward to tomorrow then. It'll be fun. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna think really hard tonight about how to get more people. Yeah, me too. Okay, we're 6 minutes in and shit hasn't gone down yet. Any predictions of what might happen? A day passes and the time comes for the Literature Club, Monica and Sayori, to reconvene. As president, Monica ensures that she's the first to arrive to the club room. But she finds herself waiting longer than expected for Sayori. It's been 10 minutes already. Maybe Sayori changed her mind about joining? No, that can't be. She was so excited yesterday. But I'm getting kind of worried. Suddenly, Sayori comes bounding through the door. In her hand, she's holding a sheet of paper. Sorry, I'm late. I'm here. It's okay. Welcome back. And Sayori spins over to Monica and deposits the sheet onto her desk. Oh, what's this? Take my hand. Take my hand. Take me forward. Take me to your dreamland. Caution me to watch my step, so I can't look back at my footprints. Climb the stairs ahead of me while I look up at you. The more I look forward, the more I look up. The more I can lend or bend to you. If you could trust me to follow your pace, I'll trust you to set it. If you could trust me to send you a smile, I'll trust you to return it. Take my hand, take me forward, take me to your dreamland. A poem. The first poem. Hey, this is really good. You wrote this, Sayori? Of course. Wait, no, that's the wrong side of the paper. Sounds like a haiku. I mean, does it match the syllable requirement for haiku? What? I wasn't ready to share that yet, I'm so embarrassed. Monica flips over the paper. Written on the other side is the list of ideas for recruiting new club members. Oh, so this is what you were meant to show me. There's a side story. Apparently there is Shadow Games. But I'm curious now. Do you write poetry often? I do, but I'm sure I'm not anywhere near as good at it as you are. Also, my apologies if you can hear fireworks. Bonfire night. Hello, I was doing something. Hello, Joseph. I'm actually terrible at writing poetry. I've never written anything I was happy with. It's fine, Joseph. Like, I always read it again a week after I write it, and I'm like, wow, this is so stupid. I don't know. It's like the dramatic version of me doesn't agree with the person I want myself to be, or something like that. Aww. You should have more confidence in yourself. You should start taking over video games and manipulating people. I mean, you're the Literature Club president. Haha, I guess you're not wrong there. I need to, like, set a good example or whatever. You know, I can envision the club doing something like that. Doing what? You know, like, sharing poems we write and stuff like that. Okay, this is definitely a prequel. Oh yeah, I would love that. It's such a good way to learn about other people, you know? It's like, we have so many emotions that we can't express to other people usually. But you could do it when it's in a poem, right? Yeah. I think that's helping me form a more cohesive vision for the club. So I'm glad you showed me, well, even though if it was by accident. Me too. I felt embarrassed at first, but now it feels kind of good that somebody else read it. I'll try to show more of them in the future. I'd love that. Oh geez, Rick, I'm getting distracted. Do you want me to go over to this recruitment brainstorm together? My brain stormed so hard. It was like a brain hurricane. My brain is a natural disaster. Sayori, that's terrible. Anyway, let's take a look at the list. Make cupcakes. Somebody call Natsuki. I was hungry. But it's a good idea, isn't it? Let me think about this. I mean, when will we have the chance to give people cupcakes? You know, like when they come into the club? What if we said we had free cupcakes on the flyer? I'm like, kind of worried that would bring in the wrong kinds of people, you know? Wrong kinds? People would come in just for the cupcakes and then leave. Aw, nobody would do that. That would be mean. But, you know, I want to find people who are really into literature. Even if they don't know it yet. Let's see, the next thing on the list. Hunt for people reading books. I don't think I get it. Like going around the school and finding people who are reading books, you know? Like in the morning or during lunch. And we told them to check out the literature club. You guys enjoying the game so far? I am. Papa, but somebody should make an anime about me, about he's got through his addiction. I'd like that. Well, the problem with that is, wouldn't most people reading books just be doing it for an assignment or something? How would we know if they're just reading for fun? Well, we could ask them. But then we'd be bothering people who are trying to do schoolwork. I didn't think about that part. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologise. You're coming up with a lot more things than I can. Oh, your next idea is to hand out flyers rather than just put them up on the wall. I'd definitely like to stop doing that. I'm useful! Haha, I never said you weren't. I just need to think, what would we tell people when we handed them out? I don't want it to be just like, join the literature club. Let's figure out how we can better engage people. I want cupcakes now. Yes, we don't want Pinkie Pie's cupcakes, but, you know, good old normal cupcake never hurt anyone. What if you told them about the club activities and stuff? What club activities? Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be my job to come up with that, right? A vision for the club. Okay, Sayori, pretend you're a normal person for a second. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. You know, like a random passerby who's getting a flyer. How would you react to the idea of a literature club? Probably like, literature is stupid. Oh, I love her pouty face, that's so cute. I'm joining the anime club. Good choice, Sayori. What the heck? Sorry, I was just thinking of a friend of mine. Oh. I caught that. That's the main character of the actual game. Very clever, that has to be, right? Okay, what if I said like we do group readings and discuss it together? I would probably nap right through it. That's you, Sayori. Yeah, but that doesn't really sound fun to most people anyway. We need to really catch their interest, you know? Ugh, this sucks. Why is this so hard? Ask the fandom. Monica, don't trigger this Rule 34 people. I mean, don't be sad. What do you like about literature, Sayori? Me? Well, kind of what I said about the poem earlier. I think it gives you the chance to express yourself. Like, express yourself in ways you normally can't do when you're just doing your normal day and talking to your friends. I mean, we all have so many thoughts and feelings that we just don't get to share, you know? Who takes in a young schoolgirl because apparently she was a prostitute, should be taken. Oh, dang. It's like, intimate. Yeah. How do we get that across to people? We could be like, express your true self. Be intimate with us. You know, everybody would be joining if that was the case. Okay, that's kind of... I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh. What? What is it? I forgot all of my things in my classroom. I must have gotten too excited and rushed here, silly me. Rush? But weren't? Ah, never mind. Did you want to go get your stuff then? I'll forget if I don't do it now. Well, I'll wait here for you then. Okay, it'll only take a second. Sayori dashes out of the room, leaving Monica momentarily alone. Monica sighed and started jotting her thoughts on a sheet of paper. Express yourself. Be who you want to be. Hello, Uwu. Hello, Caitlin. If you want to be in an Uwu game, you pick the right one. Make new friends. Discover a new you. Discover your heart. No. Write your heart out. No. Write into your heart. Write the way into your heart. Join the literature club. Write the way into your heart. Wow, that's lame. Monica! Ah, you startled me. Sorry, but it's something important. On the way to my classroom, there was a girl reading a book. Reading a book? Let's hurry and recruit her. Wait, are you sure she's just not doing homework? I could tell she was really into it. Well, I guess we could take a look. Monica grabs one of her flyers and stands up from her desk. Got into a roast battle on this goofy, acting kid in geometry class. The kids start laughing their asses off. Then to depart the classroom, Sayori leading the way. Is this going to be... Yuri? This way. You don't have to run. Sayori leads Monica over to a particular classroom, then lowers her voice to a whisper. See, in here. Monica peers through the window. Sure enough, there's a girl sitting alone, intently reading a book, sorry. I feel like a creep doing this. You should go inside and talk to her. Me? You're the president, and I would probably scare her away. Okay, fine, I'll do it. Monica takes a breath, then timidly enters the classroom. Is this Yuri? That was fast, that's what she said. Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. Why? What happened? Well, I entered the classroom and she didn't even look up from her book. So I kinda just left the flyer on her desk and then walked out. That's kinda cute. But I'm sure she'll see it and want to join the fight. That pause there. I hope so. Shall we head back now? The two headed back to the classroom, Sayori feeling rather accomplished and Monica still feeling a bit embarrassed by the encounter. Upon returning, Monica and Sayori resumed their strategy meeting. They discussed various different kinds of recruitment tactics, from professional to silly. After going through Sayori's list and with Monica coming up with ideas of her own, the two ended up in a better spot for them from when they began. Burnt tree. Well, I would say that today was pretty productive, wasn't it? Yeah. I think we're starting to make progress. I can't wait to get some new members. Hey, what's this? Sayori peers at the sheet of paper Monica was jotting on earlier. Oh, don't mind that. I was just thinking to myself. Join the literature club. Right the way into your heart. That's so cute! I thought it was a little over-dramatic, but Sayori pauses and thinks for a moment. You know, I don't think you give yourself enough credit. What do you mean? Like, I don't know, I feel like I could tell from talking to you today. It seems like you're always afraid of doing something wrong. Yeah, but would you call yourself a perfectionist? Yeah, I definitely am. I mean, I always have an idea of how I want things to go, and it's like, I can't accept anything less than that. But I think in the end, it helps me to try my hardest at everything, so I don't think it's that bad. Like with this club, we have such an opportunity to make it exactly how we envision it, but it feels like we only have one shot at it. So I'm just really afraid of it deviating from that. The vision. What's the vision? It's... Monica pauses to think, then shakes her head to herself. She sighs. I don't know. I just want everyone to... Monica trails off. Smiling, Sayori taps her finger against the sheet of paper. Right the way into your heart. I think what you're trying to do is to make the club that you need the most out of anyone. Well, you're the only one who knows yourself best, of course. But I'm here to help you. Monica returns Sayori's smile. It's sort of amazing how kind you are. We're really going to make this the best club ever. This is so weird. They're not fighting, they're not killing each other. They're so nice. And steady whispers of the air conditioner. And the only movement is the afternoon sunlight trickling its way in and out of the moving cloud. Sayori breaks the moment with a big yawn. Time to go home? You tell me, you're the president. In that case, today's meeting is officially over. I look forward to tomorrow. Me too. Sayori beams and grabs her things. You could go on ahead, I need a few minutes still. Oh, I can wait. That's alright, I just want some alone time. In that case, Sayori waves enthusiastically at Monica. Good luck! Monica smiles and waves in return as Sayori spins her way out of the classroom. All alone, she sighs to herself and takes a minute to zone out. She wasn't prepared for that self-reflection encouraged by Sayori, but she decides it was something she probably needed right about now. The club that I needed the most. I don't get it. I just want to start a club with more passion. Something that I could use to lead people to happiness and to killing people. Literature is the key to that, because it's the window to the real person inside of us. Underneath the person who's forced to always smile and blend in. The person who's forced to be perfect. That is very true. Monica suddenly notices a folder on the floor by her desk. Did Sayori leave this behind? I hope it doesn't have her homework in it. Worried, Monica opens the folder to check. Poems. It's a folder of poems. Become the flower. The feeling of joy is a flower plucked from the ground. The colour of the scent it's so pretty in my hair. Every day I pluck some flowers as though they grew just for me. It's not haiku. A lifetime of peace and nourishment yanked away in an instant. All for me, all for joy. I need more. I need more joy. I need more happy. Pluck, pluck, pluck. Every day. Pluck, pluck, pluck. So pretty in my hair. Pluck, pluck, pluck. You're going to die. And you too. Beneath my feet a flower stands alone. It beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends? I look in every direction, and the field I stand in, The prosperous field is a barren wasteland, the fruits of my labor, the carnage of my joy, and that is why I've decided I must become the flower. Oh, I get it, it's a sign of depression. What the? Wait, Sayori is depressed. Oh, is that it? Oh, I clicked on the main game by accident, shit. It's a thing that's gonna happen with the side stories, my bad. I'll just go back to the actual thing. Sorry, misclick everybody. Side stories. Oh, that unlocks plot 2, okay. I wonder, is Monica gonna confront her? Another day passes in a flash, and it's already time for the next club meeting. Although Monica should have come up with a plan for today's club's tasks, she hasn't been able to shake her guilt and anxiety after reading Sayori's poem. I'm so stupid. How did I let myself be the center of attention? Sayori's going through these kinds of feelings and I'm letting her comfort me instead of the other way around? What kind of club president does that? The one who can manipulate the fabric of a game. This whole time I didn't think to ask about her feelings. So much for the stupid vision. Sayori enters the classroom with her usual smile. But upon seeing the downcast Monica, her smile quickly fades into an expression of concern. Monica? Is everything okay? I'm really sorry. I'm such a terrible friend. Huh? What are you talking about? You're an amazing friend. Monica shakes her head. I've made all of this about myself. Yeah, me too, Seth. Even you said so yesterday. You told me that I'm trying to make the club that I need the most, right? But my problems are so trivial compared to yours. Sayori responds quietly. What are you talking about? But as she says that, her face darkens. Through the silence, Sayori mutters her realization. I left my folder here. Monica stares blankly ahead, unable to come up with a response. I wasn't ready to share those. Now you're worrying about me. But why? We're friends, right? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Friends look out for each other. I want to be here for you as much as you're here for me. Another long moment passes in silence. The air is incredibly heavy. This is different. It wasn't just about you yesterday. It was about the club. Besides, things were so happy yesterday. You don't need to do this all of a sudden. I don't want it. I like happy, so if you do this, then you're just being selfish. Monica massages her forehead, struggling through the frustration of such a paradox. It's understandable that Sayori isn't ready to share certain things, but as unfair as it is for Monica to pry, it's also painful for Monica to force herself to ignore the needs of her other friend. I'm sorry I looked. I disrespected your privacy. No, I don't blame you for looking. You would have at least needed to check if it was mine. Yeah, Monica takes a deep breath. Okay. I understand that you don't want me to worry, and I think I'll be able to put this aside so that we can move on. But, can you promise me something? Promise you what? Monica pauses to collect her thoughts. This is the Literature Club. It's a place where people can express themselves in ways that life normally doesn't allow them to. That's the vision. In fact, it's our vision. Right the way into your heart or whatever. So I just want you to promise me that you'll remember that too. It doesn't have to be right now, but I want to be here for you when you need it. I want us to be ourselves like that. Sayori smiles gently. I'll promise if you promise. Unable to help it, Monica returns Sayori's smile. I promise. Me too. As the conversation closes, the mood in the room is lifted. With that behind them, it's time to proceed with the club activities. So, want to teach me about poetry? Huh? But what about recruitment? It's fine, we have plenty of time for that. But right now I feel like I want to do this. I mean, I do have to fulfill my end of the promise, you know. There's no way I could say no to that. Just don't expect much. I do a lot of writing, but it's not like I'm a scholar or anything. That's fine. I think I need, like, some motivation. I never know where to start when it comes to writing poems. Starting isn't so hard. You kinda just need to write down your feelings and see where it takes you. Yeah, but that wouldn't come out any good. It's not supposed to. You're gonna have to fight your perfectionist minds on this one. You could start by writing your feelings and see what kind of things it makes you think of. And then you could turn your feelings into a little story. You can get your feelings down first and then make it sound pretty later. It's like the building, a railroad. Oh, sorry, it's not a railroad or a building where you go from one end to the other. If I can't speak. It's more like a college or collage, whatever the fuck. I can't speak that word. Where you find all the things you want to put in, and then you arrange them in a pretty way. At least that's how I do it. It's not like it's the only way, but it's a really good way to not get stuck in at the beginning. I understand. Yeah, I always get so caught up in how it sounds that I forget about what's actually important. Monica pulls out a pen and paper to start writing on. Stop being a perfectionist, you idiot. I'm just kidding. Monica scribbles out "you idiot" after she writes it down. No, keep it. What? Why? Are you calling me an idiot? Of course not. But the point is, you're not supposed to police your feelings, right? Be as dramatic as you want. But I was just... well, yeah. Underneath the scribble, Monica rewrites "you idiot." She stares at the paper. Her words stare back at her. It's kind of funny how I wrote down what I'm mad at myself, and and then I did that exact same thing anyway. This is really going to take some getting used to. I believe in you. Thanks, I do too. Me, I mean. But also you, of course. Monica continues the exercise, jotting down her thoughts. It's surprising, quite a struggle to write down without overthinking it. But after a while, with Sayori's guidance and encouragement, Monica's sheet of paper begins to look fairly lively, peppered with all of her random thoughts. Phew! Monica looks up down at her sheet. Gosh, I feel so tense looking at this. I hate it, but it's also kind of liberating. I can tell how hard you're trying. It makes me happy. God, I need to stop stuttering. I think you'd be good at writing poems. Don't give me too much credit. I'd have to try really, really hard at it. But I think it's something that I'll enjoy doing. With you. Sayori beams. I'll stop here, but we still have time. Let's try to work on a new flyer for the club. I won't be so picky about the language. Yay, let's do it. Monica and Sayori proceed with their work. With each passing day, the two of them become more confident in the club. Not simply from their recruitment planning, but from their vision as well. As their bond strengthens, so does the essence of the literature club. Finally, they begin to truly feel like it's only a matter of time before they find new members. Wow. This is deep. Another day passes. As usual, Monica is the first one to arrive. With her is a printout of the revised Literature Club flyer, complete with all the new ideas Monica and Sayori came up with. If only this was the flyer we gave to that one reading girl the other day. It's so much more attractive than the old one, but the new catchphrase is featured clearly in the centre of the flyer. Write the way into your heart. Surely common sense would say that one writes from the heart, not into the heart. But the message being delivered is what that one can use writing to discover themselves. Oh. Hopefully, Monica and Sayori had thought that it would be enough to garner some curiosity from students. Why do I feel so tense looking at this? Monica thinks back to the previous meeting when she performed the writing exercise. Was I always this bad at expressing myself? How am I supposed to be the president if I can't even demonstrate what the club is supposed to be about? The literature club is truly beginning to take form, but with that, the weight on Monica's shoulders only seemed to become heavier. Debate club was always about rigid structure, formulating airtight points and counterpoints and delivering them with conviction. It was about the person on the outside. That's why Monica was so good at it. It existed entirely within her realm of comfort. It's suffocating. I need to break through this mental wall. I need to learn to express myself for real. Monica pulls out a sheet of paper and grabs her pen. She presses the tip of the pen firmly against the paper. But her hand doesn't move. Instead, a tiny blot of ink collects around the tip of her pen. Monica lifts her pen and stares at the little blotch. For some reason, she feels compelled to run her fingers across it. As she does so, the black ink smears across the paper, ruining Monica's canvas. Ugh! Out of spite for herself, Monica presses her pen down once again, letting the ink collect. She creates a secondary smear on the paper. Come on, Monica! Just move your hand! Monica writes. This is what I get for seeking perfection. A stain. 2 stains. Monica slides the paper from her and puts her head down on the desk. Poor Monica, man. So much self-doubt. The air conditioner seems louder today. You guys still here? I'm here. Hi. Monica hears Sayori approaching her desk, then stops for a second, probably reading the piece of paper. Then she sits down at the adjacent desk. Bad day? Mm-hmm. Me too. You too? The new flyer looks so good. You've been working so hard. On the club, but also something else, I think. I can't do it. I'm sorry. It's so hard to just be vulnerable. Hmm? Sayori takes the sheet of paper from Monica's desk. She writes something down, then stares at it for a while. Can I trust you? Of course. You can trust me with anything. Sayori gazes at Monica with sadness in her eyes. Understanding the signal, Monica takes the paper from Sayori's desk and reads it. Sometimes I want to die. Yep, that's true. Sayori has depression, that's why she covers it up with a false sense of happiness. Sayori. This is really, really hard for me. Her voice shakes. So, if I can do it, then you can too. Because you're like a million times better than me. That's completely not true. Sayori takes a deep breath, trying to steady herself. That's something about me that I've never told anyone before. Even now my head is like screaming at me to stop. Wait, you don't have to force yourself. I mean, just because of the promise yesterday. I want to. It just feels right. I mean, maybe it's part of the reason I came to this club in the first place. This is the literature club. I trust you more than I'm scared. At those words, Monica stood up. Sayori must have taken days to work up the courage for that. Were Monica's own futile but genuine efforts actually that push that Sayori needed? Sayori's deliberate breaths could be heard over the air conditioner. As she prepares herself to continue, Monica waits in gentle silence. Sorry. I have this problem where I get really upset when people worry too much about me. I can't control it. It's like, why waste your energy worrying about me when you can just be happy instead? So, I never tell anybody about these thoughts that I have. It's so much easier to just smile and help everyone else about... Sorry, there's a yawn. Everyone else be happy. But that's terrible. That's what Monica wanted to say, but she stopped herself in fear of saying the wrong thing. It's just that if everybody knew about it, they wouldn't treat me the same anymore. Like, whenever I'm not smiling, everybody would worry about me and ask me what's wrong. I know that, because it used to be like that. Sayori pauses, seeming to recall something in the past. I just want everyone to be happy. That's the most important thing to me. And letting people look inside my head doesn't bring happiness to anyone. Sayori pauses again, a solemn expression making her look almost like an entirely different person. How did you find the courage to do this? You're not worried I'll be one of those people, right? I am worried. Part of me really hates me for doing this, but another part of me thinks I felt like it would be different this time. Whenever we talk about what the club is supposed to mean, I kept feeling like it was the right thing for me to do. Especially after you've been trying so hard to express yourself too. It just made me feel like I could say it in confidence. Our friendship doesn't have to change. It's so silly, The club is only 2 people, but it's already meant this much to me. Monica feels a tightening sensation in her heart, a feeling of connection as Sayori's emotions radiate between them. Me too. I was so lost until you showed up. You're so brave, Sayori. You're so strong and brave, I don't even compare. Monica steps forward. But if nothing else, I could at least offer you some hug energy. Aww, if you'd like. Aww. Aww, it's just... Oh, that's so cute. I've taken a screenshot. That was adorable. Through the contact, Monica can almost feel the torrents of thoughts swimming in Sayori's head. Poor Sayori. In this moment, enhanced by the air of the club, Monica realised that out of all the days that have passed, this is the one which you really, really hope that nobody new walks through the door. She speaks softly. You like this? Oh, that's even cuter! Oh, I have to take another picture. That's too cute. You could say anything. I'll never judge you. I promise. God, this is really pulling on my heart, guys. I wasn't expecting it to be this emotional. It's supposed to be a horror game. Sayori's breath begins to quiver. She takes several deep breaths, trying as hard as she can to start speaking, to say the things she once never dared to say out loud. Finally, she speaks in a choked voice. I'm so worthless. I'm worthless and everybody would be better off without me. She suppresses a sob as a tear falls down her cheek. I'm just an inconvenience to anyone. I'm not good at anything, and it just feels like everyone just has to put up with me. I hate it. I hate it. The more Sayori speaks, the more she fails to control her voice, falling victim to the overwhelming sadness clutching at her throat and chest. I don't want to have these thoughts. I want them to go away. And now I'm making you put up with me, and I just want to die. As soon as Sayori loses her composure, Monica becomes determined to keep her own. She only wants to be what Sayori needs right now, so she won't let any sadness show. A voice comes through as soft and gentle. This isn't putting up with you. It's just being your friend. Monica offers a few words of comfort. But she knows Sayori said it herself, that the thoughts Sayori's experience are the ones that don't belong. And Monica can't magically make them go away. The most she can do is help Sayori battle them. Like any good friend would do. Yawn. Stop yawning, man. It's a critical moment. You have so much value. To me and your other friends too. This club wouldn't have been the same without you. I really, really mean that. You coming here was the best thing that could have happened. Even if we never got any other members, I would still be happy. That's what you brought here. You brought us a vision, and you also brought happiness. And that's your favourite thing to do, right? Sayori doesn't respond, but Monica feels her gently nod. No more words are needed between them. Hold her, man. Hold her. Pat her on the back of the head. Tell her it's going to be okay. The two share their embrace for a while longer, Monica letting Sayori take as much time as she needs. Once her breathing steadies and her sniffles fully cease, Sayori lifts her head and wipes her eyes. I guess I needed that. Some days are harder than others. Well, I'm here for whenever you need me. But any other time I'll make sure the things are the way they usually are. If that's what makes you happy. Thanks. You're the best. No, you are. The two exchange smile. Oh, this is... You know, I'm sorry to bring all this up all of a sudden, but have you considered talking to a professional? Sayori nods. It's scary, since it already is hard to tell people. Yeah, well, of course it will always be your choice, but if you're ever looking to find the courage for it, I can do my best to help you. Thanks. I think it helps knowing that you would. I really wanted a good ending to this game, everybody getting some kind of closure. Sayori suddenly yawns and stretches. Wow, that made me tired. Crying really does knock the wind out of you. And hungry. Well, I won't make you do any work today if you're not up for it. No, I want to. I mean... How many times am I going to yawn, damn it? I can say that's definitely one thing that makes me happy. Monica smiles. But I might need to get a snack first. All of a sudden, the sound of the door caused the two of them to turn their heads. Oh, who is it going to be? Natsuki or Yuri? The door opens halfway through, then her face peeks aside. Face that seems familiar. Wait. Wait a minute. Who's that? Yuri! It's Yuri! Hold on. The club meeting is suddenly interrupted by the sound of the door, causing Monika and Sayori to turn their heads. The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar. Yuri! And all of her cuteness. Sayori's eyes widen, recognizing the girl. She very conspicuously mouths to Monika. It's her, it's the girl. It's true. The girl standing in the doorway is none other than the girl Sayori had come across reading alone in the classroom. Thanks to Monika leaving a flyer on her desk, it seems she's found her way to the club. Are you here for the literature club by any chance? Am I in the wrong place? No, you're not. This is the literature club. Please come inside. The girl fully steps in the door, but continues standing against the wall, avoiding eye contact. Sayori continues to fail, containing her excitement. It's happening, oh my gosh! Thank you so much for coming. Sorry it's a little empty. I'm Monika, and this is Sayori, and we run this literature club, even though it's just us so far, but what's your name, by the way? I'd like to join your club. Already? Wait, really? Are you sure? I mean, I should be good enough. Everyone is welcome here. You don't have to be good enough. Oh. Do you want to have a seat? We'd love to get to know you. The girl nods slightly, sliding over to a nearby desk and gently sitting down. So, what's your name? Yuri. I'm Sayori, and this is Monika. Sayori, I already... Nice to meet you. Do you like fantasy? Like books? Yuri looks at Monika. Fantasy is cool. Yes! Have you heard of Annabelle Dupont? Ah, I can't say I have. Oh, well, she's my favourite author. I'm on her 5th book and it's just... Yuri grins and presses her knuckle against her cheeks in joy. You can borrow my books, I wouldn't mind. You're really in for an incredible experience. Monika stammers, caught completely off guard by Yuri taking control of the conversation. She glances sideways at Sayori, silently asking for help. I'd love to. It sounds like you're really into them, so they must be great. I'm so happy I found this club. Oh, I'm so stupid. I left all my other books in my locker. I should have brought them. Yuri quickly stands up. I'll be right back. I'll go get them for you. You probably only need to bring back one for now. Sayori nervously says that, noting to herself the considerable heftiness of the book that Yuri set down on her desk. True. Okay, I'll go get the first one then. Yuri exits the classroom in a flash, leaving Monika and Sayori silently exchanging glances. Oh my god, I wasn't prepared for this. How do I handle someone so intense? I have, like, no experience with fantasy, except maybe stuff that I read when I was a kid, but that's probably like a joke compared to what she's into. I'm sure it'll be fine. In fact, I think it's neat that we have different people who are into different kinds of literature. It'll be fun to learn from each other. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, but what if this isn't... Oh, sorry, what if this is her only interest? Doesn't it kind of seem like that? Monika, don't you think you should be more optimistic? We have a new club member. There shouldn't be room for anything. For happy. Sorry about that. I'm excited to get to know her more, aren't you? Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry for being so hasty, I just got really anxious all of a sudden. It's because you're afraid of not being able to take the lead. What the heck? It's kind of scary how you can point things out like that, Sayori. I just like learning about what makes people happy or sad. Yeah. Hey, you know what? You'd be pretty great at helping Yuri feel comfortable here. Maybe you could take a break from helping me with the administration stuff and just focus on spending time with her. Yay! That's exactly what I want to do. Besides, Sayori lowers her voice. I'm probably gonna need all the time I can get. She taps her finger against the dauntingly chunky butt Yuri left sitting on her desk. Right afterwards, the door opens to reveal Yuri's return. I'm back. Her breath is slightly heavy, which, combined with her short time gone, indicates she may have ran at least part of the way. She makes her way back over to Sayuri and sets the book down on her desk. Just as Sayuri feared, the book Yuri brought back for her is just about as equal in size as the one already on her desk. Well, there are probably a few things you need to know about getting started on it. There are some things that are more explained in other books that take place in the same universe, so going over those would be good to keep you from getting confused at the start. Sayuri nervously interjects. Well, I was thinking maybe today we could just get to know each other a little more. You know, I think like we're gonna be reading together, I would like that. From across the room, Monica smiles and nods at Sayuri while Yuri isn't looking. Oh, okay. Yuri sits down and looks at her book, then glances around the room, showing no indication that she has anything more to add. So, what made you decide to want to join the club? Well, I like reading, so I was immediately interested. I had no idea that someone was starting a literature club, but that's my fault since I haven't been paying attention to any of the club recruitment advertisements. I only found out because Yuri glances over at Monica. Monica came into my classroom and put the flyer on my desk. Suddenly Yuri's face darkens and she shakes her head at herself. I was so stupid. I got too nervous and I couldn't even look up, so she just walked out. It took me several days just to come here, because I was afraid Monica told everyone how inconsiderate I was, but I decided that was probably irrational. Wait. No, that was totally my fault. I felt so bad about interrupting you like that, I just walked out. I was actually really hoping you would come by. Yuri exhales in relief. I always seem to interpret things as the wrong possible scenario. Well, I was really nervous to come here for some other reasons too. Yeah, because you'd run out of pens. If you get the reference, you're a god. Such as there being too many people. You and me both. Not that I mind that much, but I have a really hard time having to meet a large number of people at once. Yep, me and you both, Sayuri. Yuri, sorry, wrong person, the name sounds similar. You and me both, Yuri. I also struggle with meeting large crowd people, autistic thing, whatever the heck. So it's actually amazing that it's just the two of you. I definitely came at the right time. Aw, that makes me happy. I'm proud of you for working up the courage to come. Yuri smiles warmly to herself. I've never really had the privilege of sharing my interests with others before. It's so hard to find others who are into the same things I am, except online. So I thought the Literature Club would provide me a chance to do just that. Hello, Alec. Hopefully, Joss will show up, because this is a dating game. Couples need to be together and all. What kinds of other things are you into? Like, genres? I don't know, just anything, even if it's not literature. Oh, she likes touching herself with pencils and cutting herself. Apart from that, just things you would think are dumb. She likes knives. Sayuri pauses, a look of concern on her face. How about I'll tell you about something I'm into, then you can tell me about something you're into? I suppose that would be okay. Okay. Well, I'm pretty into, like, crafty things, like making cute little collages, or decorating things like cards or jewellery boxes. My room's always cluttered with random stuff because I keep buying too many things and make gifts for my friends. But then I put it off until the last minute. Yeah, what you just told me there. She's likely busy for all I know. So yeah, there's something kind of silly that I'm into. You sound quite creative. Not that much, it's just like, you'd be surprised with how much you could do with scissors and glue and stuff. So I have to share some things I'm into now, right? Sayuri nods. Well, I guess I'm into nature. I love nature. Monica, I'm gonna start a nature club. No, you're not. You're stuck here with me now. You signed the contract, bitch. You know what you're getting into. I'm not. Oh yeah? Well, I hereby appoint you as Vice President of the Literature Club. There. Now you're stuck with me. Hey, don't give me responsibilities, or the pouty face. Oh, I'm sorry, Yuri. I interrupted you. Go ahead. It's fine. Yuri pauses, feeling awkward having gotten cut off. I like going out into the woods or to the park. Just places where you can walk and sit and not have any other people around. I like that too. It's peaceful. Just nice to kind of remove myself from everything that matters and let my racing mind operate autonomously for a while. I think I got that right. When do you like to do that? It just depends on my mood. After school on the weekends whenever I feel like I need it. Wow, I feel like I would never have the time to do something like that. I find that we have a lot more time than we think we do, if you don't let it slip through your fingers. The three continued their conversation, led primarily by Sayuri, but with Monika chiming in every now and then as well. Monika had intended to leave it to Sayuri and focus on her work, but she found it difficult to not join in. Before they knew it, at the end of the day was upon them once more. Oh, it looks like we should be wrapping up for today. So, are you two going to be starting on the book in the next club meeting? That's the plan. I'm so excited. Sayuri beams. Yuri collects her things. Once packed, Yuri wordlessly waves to Sayuri and Monika with a gentle smile. Bye! As Yuri exits, Sayuri enthusiastically returns her farewell. Once again, fucking hell, once again, Sayuri, my god, the names are so similar, and Monika are left in the classroom. Sayuri, you're a lifesaver. I didn't do anything, I just talked. Still. Besides, it really lifted my mood. It feels really nice when I can put my energy towards other people like that. She was really excited to be included, you know? It made me happy. Well, there's no doubt in my mind that she'll have a great time here with you engaging her. How are you feeling about starting the book with her next meeting? I'm kinda scared. Again? But I think she'll be happy as long as I'm trying my best. I think you'll do great. After the surprise of a new club member, it seems like everyone has their spirits lifted with something new to look forward to. Another school day ends. Swallowing her anxiety, Yuri makes her way to the club room, expecting to be the last one to arrive. She opens the door. She is surprised to find only Sayuri in the club room. Where's Monika? It's club time again. Monika went to the computer lab, so it's just us to— oh, okay. Is that okay? Yuri silently nods, unable to make eye contact. I'm sorry about yesterday. Sayuri tilts her head, unsure of exactly what Yuri's talking about. Well, I mean, the way I got overly excited to share my books, and how you had to stop me so we could talk first. It was so inconsiderate of me. I get too excited and forgot to think about everyone else in the club, so... Yuri, you didn't do anything wrong. I thought it was cute how excited you were. Well, still, I think I changed my mind about the book. We don't have to read it. Huh? Why? Because I know you were just humouring me anyway. In retrospect, it's rather obvious that nobody was truly interested. But if you like it so much that it must be worth sharing, I've already decided I'll join the club, so you don't have to try so hard to entice me. That's not what I was doing. A moment of uncomfortable silence stretches between the two of them. Well, the thing is, we don't even have any club activities yet. I mean, Monika and I have just been working on recruitment stuff mostly. So it just sounds like something fun we could do together. Reading your books. You know, like, as a club activity. That would be okay, right? Why am I being so resistant to this anyway? It's exactly what I wanted in the first place. And you're being so nice about it. I really don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry for being like this. You don't have to apologise. Just tell me if there's anything I can do to help you feel more comfortable around here. Sayuri pulls her desk up against Yuri's and sits next to her. The book in question is already on Yuri's desk. Peering over, Sayuri reads the cover of the book. Dustbell. Part 1 of the Everlast saga. Aha, it's Dustbell by Annabelle. Sorry, I'm ready now. Oh right, I should probably get some paper. Yuri grabs a spiral notebook of hers and tears out a few sheets of paper. Wait, how come you need paper? Oh, it's just useful to draw things out sometimes, like maps, timelines, family trees, or just for taking notes. Notes? Yes, that is an effective strategy. Exactly, I'm sure it will be especially helpful for someone new to the genre. Sayuri's joke completely flew over Yuri's head. But thinking about it, she decides that it's probably for the best that it did. Well, I'm not used to having company through this, but I'll try to help make it as accessible as possible. I trust you, you're like super smart. Oh please. Yuri tries to dismiss the compliment, but she can't hide her smile and light blush. You can't generalize intelligence, I'm only smart in the things I have a lot of experience with. Contrarily, I'm awful at anything involving real people. Me too. That should be evidence enough from the 2 days I've spent here so far. So in my eyes, it's everyone who comes off as smart. Especially you. No! Sayuri rubs her shoulder against Yuri's. You're such a sweetheart when you're not being so shy. Anyway, would you like to get started? I just love her, man. She's so cute. Okay. After the minor diversion between them, the two get back on track with their planned club activity. Yuri begins to guide Sayori through the basics, of the fantasy world her story takes place in. This is so weird, literally. Does the fighting only start when the main character is introduced? Gotta be right. The more of it she details, the races, factions, history, elements of magic, yeah, elements of harmony, try that, the more questions Sayori seems to have. Despite Sayori's expectations, Yuri adequately guides her through it in a way that is just so fun to follow along. It becomes evident that the world-building aspect of the story, not just the story itself, is one that Yuri finds her passion leaning towards. How do people come up with this stuff? It's like the exact opposite of the kind of writing that I do. What kind of writing? Oh, it's like poetry and stuff like that. The things I write are just like putting down the feelings that come into my head, you know? But this is like, there must be so much planning and hard work. Ah, you're into poetry? I think there's an appendix that includes some of the kingdom's written works like poetry and folk songs. No way! Yuri giggles, filling Sayori's heart with happiness when she realizes the first time she's heard Yuri laugh. It means Yuri must be having fun. Anyway, I think we could get started to read now, if you're ready. Okay, but I can't read very fast. Oh, that's fine. I'm very patient. Patience is something I pride myself in. I see. Sayori jots Yuri is patient into her notes. Hey, that's for the book. I'm just kidding. But I'm kinda glad you're patient, because I need that sometimes. A lot of times. Sayori flips through the first few pages of the book, getting past the table of contents. Okay, chapter 1. The room became silent as the two began to read. But the silence only lasts for a few moments before Sayori speaks up again. What does vindicated mean? Ah, well in this context, it essentially means that he was proven innocent. It's okay to ask questions, right? Of course. Sayori turns the page. Are these footnotes? Mm-hmm. A lot of the dialogue has cultural references that require explanation to be understood. The two continue reading. Yuri's relaxed expression remains unchanged. Meanwhile, Sayori's expression goes tense as she tries to make her way through the dense text. Up until now, their expressions have been reversed, with Sayori easily navigating social situations and Yuri struggling in them. But the tables have turned. Wait, are they talking about the past right now or the present? Where? Right here. They're talking about the past. These paragraphs are describing a flashback that Barnes is having. But they didn't tell me that. It's implied from the context. Sayori rubs her temples. The two of them continue with Sayori asking fewer questions. She begins to understand the value in the notes she finds referring to them somewhat often, and even adding to them. But her reduction in question comes not from her getting used to the reading, but rather from her fearing that she'll come across as stupid. At last, Sayori reaches the end of the chapter. Yo, I made a thumbnail for your creepypasta iceberg video. Can you just add the fonts? Melee. Where the fuck have you been? I've been messaging you on Discord for a while. Oh, that wasn't an aggressive, rude thing, by the way, Melee. That was like a surprise thing. I'm happy to have you back, dude, but where have you been? I've been trying to message you on Discord for a while. Are you okay? Sorry if that came off as rude. I tried to do it like a shock way. Sorry. We can stop here for now. Okay. Sayori takes a deep breath and closes what little of the book she's gotten through so far. So what are your thoughts up to this point? Sayori tries to find words. Am I doing well so far? I'm not sure I understand. Well, I don't know. When it takes me so long to read and understand things, it makes me feel really dumb. But I really like how into it you get. It makes me want to keep going and keep doing my best so I can see it in the way that you do. The relaxation in Yuri's expression fades. I see. Yuri quietly gathers her things. We could continue tomorrow, right? Yuri pauses and then shakes her head. We could do something else tomorrow. But... I'm sorry. Wait, sorry for what? I don't understand. My device got broken, so I had to get a new one. That's why I haven't been active. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Okay, good to have you back, Molly. The reason why is because I was messaging you. Because remember how you made the transitionaries for my creepypasta iceberg video and for the ranking videos? I was thinking, Melly, can you do another one for my creepypasta debunking videos, please? If you're able to. It's because my creepypasta debunking videos are just text. And I think it's about time I retire that style and go with something animated, you know? I'm sorry. I don't want to do this anymore, that's all. I'm sorry that I made you. Yuri leaves. You weren't making me. Sayori is left alone with her words. How did this happen? We were just having fun a few seconds ago. It's my fault. I said something stupid and it hurt her. I should have just told her that I enjoyed it. Monica trusted me with this. It's the only thing I'm good at and I still messed it up. What if she doesn't want to come back? Drowned in guilt, Sayori stares blankly at her desk spread with words. No, the book sits next to them. Right. If she wasn't coming back, then she wouldn't have left the book here, right? Unless she just forgot to take it with her. Oh, this is so horrible. Was it really because she thought I wasn't enjoying our time together? Or maybe she wasn't enjoying our time together because I'm not good enough. I probably let her down so much by having trouble following along. Yeah, I'm sure if I was smarter, she would have been having so much more fun. I need to do better for her. It's not your fault. I got sent some mail. Side stories. Okay. You got a community tab? Yes, I do. I don't know what that means. We got some cool new pictures now. Like, look at these. These are cute. How can you not like those? Oh yeah, this one. Thank God it kept that picture. That's adorable. Okay. Alright, let's do part 2 of understanding. For the first time, Sayori is the first one to enter. Anxiety courses through her relentlessly. Will Yuri show up today? Sitting on a desk, she stamps her feet in an attempt to calm down. So Melly, could you help me with the creepypasta stuff? I thought people need to get 1k. No, they lowered it down to 500, Melly. Why am I letting this affect me so much? I'm doing everything I can to make Yuri happy. But my best wasn't good enough. But it was still my best. But I'm letting everyone down. I'm always just disappointment. Sayori continues to wrestle with her self-deprecating thoughts. Every tiny noise causes her to lift her head in anticipation of Yuri's arrival. Minutes pass and nobody enters the classroom. Not Yuri or Monica. Gosh, I'm so late. Why did I offer to help those other students with their work? I'm such a pushover sometimes. I'm going to leave such a bad impression on new club members like Yuri if I'm not the first one there. Monica rounds the corner approaching the club room. As she does so. Yuri? Ah! Wait a minute. Oh, wait, no, can we go back? Dude, was there blood on her sleeves? Sorry, I didn't have to wait inside for it. It was open. No, okay, I was hallucinating. I thought I saw blood on her sleeve. I thought she was cutting herself. It's not. Yuri stammers, unable to explain herself. She peers inside the club room through the window, then looks away. Actually, I was just wondering if I could help you today instead. Huh? Me? With club publicity stuff? Yes. Monica is utterly confused. Why is Yuri asking this all of a sudden? But she was so eager to spend time with Sayori before. Did they not get along after all? Monica looks in the classroom to find Yuri sitting alone. Or Sayori sitting alone, sorry. Okay. It's kind of a simple job, but I'd be happy for you to tag along. Me too. I swear I thought I saw like a red mark under her sleeve. Monica is worried, but she finds it difficult to insert herself into whatever conflict that may have arisen. It's a little ironic. She realizes that she could be so conflict avoidant having been in the debate club. Okay, let's take a walk together. I just have to make copies of this new flyer, then go around to the billboards and replace the old ones with new ones. Yuri nods and the two set off. The two walk in silence without Sayori and Monica. Monica finds it quite difficult to strike up a conversation. So, how's everything been going? Fine. That's good. Neither of them follow up with anything more. Monica tenses up at this stinted conversation. How the heck does Sayuri do it? Ah, sorry, I didn't see you yesterday. I went straight to the computer lab to work on the flyers. Sayuri told me. What did you two end up doing yesterday? Just some reading. Oh, I'm glad. It's really starting to make me feel like a literature club now. Yeah. It's kind of funny. I felt so intimidated at first when I heard about the kind of reading you were into. But you know, this is kind of stupid of me, so I'm just intimidated by things I'm not good at. And it's silly to assume that everyone who comes to the club will just have the same interests as me. But it's so cool that you were able to get Sayuri into it. It's like the club is working. I'm really happy about that. She's not into it. Huh? She's not into it, and I'm stupid for forcing her. Yuri falls silent again, as if she started her fall, but can't figure out how to continue it. Did something happen? Yuri sighs. No, it's just me. Yuri pauses. I'm thinking. A moment passes in silence, then Yuri shakes her head. I shouldn't be complaining to you all of a sudden. Don't be silly, I won't think you're complaining. I just want to make sure you feel welcome. If this is important, you can tell me anything. Well, I do feel welcome. Too welcome, I guess. It's not an issue with the club, it's just an issue with me. So I feel wrong to inconvenience you with it. Ah, Monica pauses and thinks. Well, what if we put it this way? It's my job as president to understand the needs of the club members, right? We're going to have all kinds of people joining this club. Hopefully, anyway. And learning about the diverse needs and interests of everyone will help me come up with club activities that everyone can be happy with. That everyone can be happy with. Oh, sorry, wrong voice. That everyone can be happy with? Not just only some people? Of course. I need to be looking out for everyone, otherwise what kind of club would it be? I see. Yuri looks a little more relaxed. It signals to Monica that switching from a sympathetic approach to a pragmatic one was a good choice. Each individual truly does have their own needs. Okay. Yuri takes a deep breath. I'm a really weird and awkward person. I've accepted that about myself. I just don't know how to, I guess, connect with other people. How is it so easy for everyone else? How do you just make conversation about an arbitrary topic? I could talk for hours about the things I'm into. Unfortunately, so much that I don't know when to stop. But for anything else, I just have no idea what to say. So I understand that about myself. I'm just not good with people. I can't help it. So it feels like whenever I'm confronted with a new social situation, I'm either ignored or made fun of or taken pity on. And Sayuri falls into that third category. She what? Hold on, you're saying that Sayuri's taking pity on you? Yuri nods. I just want to be treated like a normal person. If you don't like me, or if you don't want to connect with my interests, then just tell me. I can accept that and move on. Sayuri is too nice to me. I'm so stupid for not realizing that she would just go along with whatever I pushed onto her. Nobody deserves to put themselves through that kind of discomfort, just because they pity some weirdo who doesn't know how to make friends. It's the worst feeling. I hate it. Yuri's sharp words cut through the tense air. Somewhere in the middle of the conversation, the two stop short in the hallway, prioritizing their conversation over the original task. Monica looks at Yuri. Yuri only looks down with her fist clenched. I think you should tell her that. I could never say that to anyone's face. It's pathetic. Sayuri is different. Making people happy is the most important thing to her. I'm sure that's all she's trying to do. So if you're able to explain to her what makes you happy, then she'll do anything to make it happen. That's the problem. What kind of friendship has always one person trying to cater to the other person's weird needs? I'm sorry, I'm making myself sound so... No, I think I'm starting to understand. Monica hesitates to finish her thought out loud. It's something that Sayuri would be able to say better. Sayuri is someone who will give anyone however much kindness they need in order to smile. But Yuri, who has difficulty accepting kindness, must be driving Sayuri to be even more assertive in her kindness, further exacerbating the matter. Neither person is to blame, but it's an issue that can't be resolved without them understanding each other better. Sayuri wants to be your friend, I promise that. It's okay for different people to have different needs. I mean, Sayuri, she has her own needs too. But good friends walk together and can be what they need for each other. You just have to have good communication and talk about it. I don't have good communication. Yuri stops and shakes her head. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. My head is just, it's so resistant to everything. I'm pushing such a kind person away from me because of it. Yuri pauses to think. I'm so tired of this cycle I'm creating myself. I think I'm so afraid of people pushing me away that I just push them away first. How thoughtless and immature of me. Yuri takes a deep breath and exhales. I didn't mean for this to turn into a whole venting session, but I understand now that I just need to communicate with her. Haha, you're totally fine. It's for the club, remember? You're just making the club a better place for everyone. Yeah. Yuri falls silent again. She looks like she wants to say something. This kind of critical thinking is something that I'm really bad at. You know, about people. So, thank you. Anytime. Monika smiles at Yuri. For just a moment, Yuri finds it in herself to meet Monika's gaze, returning a shy smile of her own. Aww. Cutie. Yuri and Monika finished replacing the old files with the new ones. The flyers, sorry. More accurately, Monika mostly did the work while Yuri followed along. But as the club once again draws near, so does Yuri's confrontation. Oh, I can't do this. Yes, you can. It will be great. Yuri sighs and shakes her head. I'm never going to feel confident enough. I just have to do it. If I don't do it now, I never will. Yuri stands towards the door, but then turns to face Monika. You're not just going to wait outside, are you? I could take a walk. Want me to get you a coffee or something? Actually, I prefer tea. I like to make my own though, so please don't worry about it. Although I suppose that's one downside of reading here in the club rather than at home. I don't get to drink tea while I'm reading. Sorry, I guess that has nothing to do with this. You know, now that you mention it, I bet we could get permission to keep stuff for tea in the club room. You can use it like an electronic kettle to heat up water, right? Would that really be possible? I'll look into it, I think it would be great. Yuri smiles and nods at the four. Well, I'll be back in a bit. Good luck. Monika waves at Yuri and turns around and departs down the hallway as Yuri's smile fades once more and I'm yawning again. I swear I'm not this tired, guys. A moment of daydreaming about tea isn't enough to save her from the anxiety of the task that lies before her. But it must be done. Taking one more deep breath, Yuri timidly opens the classroom door. Or club room, whatever you want to call it, man, I don't know. Yuri? Wait, hold on, I'm not done yet. Yuri shuffles a bunch of papers around. Yuri stammers, her words suddenly caught in her throat. At this moment, she realises how Sayuri has been spending her afternoon. Porn? I wasn't expecting you to come today. Yep, definitely porn. I'm joking. I was really hoping to make it all the way through the next chapter first. But I got most of it on the way through. I can't speak, sorry. This is gonna happen so much. And look. Sayuri holds up a sheet of paper. It's a page of notes, beautifully produced with indentions. Oh, I've never seen that word before. Categories and even colour coding. As Yuri sees it, her expression shifts from anxiety to despair. I was afraid you were going to be disappointed in me, so I've been trying really hard. Stop. Yuri presses her fist against her forehead. Please, stop. I can't take this. Yuri. Sayuri's voice quivers in shock after he received the exact opposite response she was expecting. I'm sorry. Sayuri looks away in guilt. Did I do something wrong? I don't understand, so if I did something wrong, please tell me. Yuri shakes her head. No. It's me. I keep putting myself in these situations where people are afraid to treat me normally. If you don't like this kind of reading, it's okay, just tell me. I don't need to be treated differently because I'm weird. But I don't treat you differently. I just want my friends to be happy. So I thought that if we did something together that you really like... I don't want your pity! Why did I do that? Yuri sinks to her knees. Her voice squeaks. I'm sorry. Tears of guilt and self-loathing begin to stream down her face. This isn't how it was supposed to go. Why is it so hard to just articulate your thoughts? Why do you end up pushing everyone away from you? Yuri's mind pounds with eternal accusations as she shuts her eyes, unable to face Sayuri or the rest of the world. She should leave. Just escape from here before Monica sees her like this, and before Sayuri tells Monica what she did. But before Sayuri can put any strength into her legs, she feels a warm pair of arms gently wrap around her from behind. Aww. Oh no, I gotta take another picture now! The storage is gonna be full by the end of this. It's okay. Thank God her arms are slightly below her bust, or else that would have been not cute, it would have been something else. Sayuri whispers in a soothing voice. It's okay. It's okay. Overcome by despair, Yuri finds herself unable to protest or pull away from Sayuri's kind gesture. Yuri sniffles, breathing heavily through her clenched throat, trying with all of her willpower to control herself. I understand. I understand the things you're feeling in your head are different from the things you're trying to say. I know that it must be what you're feeling right now. I promise I understand that. So I'll give you as much time as you need. Hello, Sarato. Whenever you're ready, just tell me your feelings, and we'll talk about them together, okay? Yuri sniffles again and nods her head. Give herself a cuddle, man. Give her a cuddle. She gives herself a minute to compose her thoughts, then speaks while steadying her voice. I think I've gotten so used to people being weirded out by me. It feels like anyone who's nice to me is just doing it out of pity. I'm so horrible with people. So it makes me want to believe that someone can actually like me. Sorry, it makes me not want to believe somebody can actually like me for who I am. Yuri pauses, but Sayuri doesn't interrupt. Rather, she wants for Yuri to continue. Or waits for Yuri to continue. I got so excited when I joined the literature club. I thought that it was finally my chance to make friends through my interests. Because my interests are the only things I know how to talk about. It's all I have going for me. But then, whenever I catch myself getting overly obsessive in front of other people, it feels like I'm making a fool of myself. I hate myself for it. Ultimately, I just want to be treated like a normal person, but how am I supposed to do that? How am I supposed to expect that when I can't behave like one? I just want to learn how to get along with people and stop ruining things for myself. That's all. Yuri finishes her thoughts, feeling more steady having gotten them out. Sayuri, who can feel Yuri's breath rise and fall from beneath her arms, realizes that as well. Thank you for helping me understand you a little better. You know, you were so great at helping me while we were reading. So I'll help you with the things you need too. But I feel like it would just be frustrating for you how much patience I require sometimes. That sounds kind of familiar. I couldn't stop worrying about that while we were reading. I was so afraid that you would be frustrated with me. But I would never do that. I did my best to reassure you by mentioning I have a lot of patience. Yeah, I know, but my irrational fear just won't be quiet sometimes. I'm sure it's the same for you, right? Yeah. Irrational fears. Well, you know, there's no way you could frustrate me, because I already like you as the person that you are. I know you said you have a hard time believing that, but I promise that it's true. You don't have to be a social person for people to like you. I think you're really considerate in your own way, you know, worrying so much about people's feelings. We're all kind of weird, it's a literature club. But it's the best part that we're all different and have different interests. Like about the book. I'm reading it because I want to. I promise that's what I really want. It's a bit of a struggle, but try not to mistake that's not me enjoying it. Or the other way around. I mean, we could never discover new things if we didn't try them first, right? I want to learn the reasons why that you love it so much. And in the end, if it's not for me, then I can say that. But I'll be glad that I tried it and learned more about you. Plus, you're like super duper smart, and I want some of that stuff to rub off me. Yuri fights back a smile at the comment. Already, the heavy atmosphere surrounding her seems to have evaporated through the caresses of Sayori's arms. Just, oh, it's such a cute image. Your hair is so pretty. I always wanted long hair, but I was awful at taking care of it, so I cut it all off. Yuri's tension relaxes. For once she feels okay just listening, rather than worrying so much about saying the right thing. Sayori, sensing Yuri's comfort, lets her rest. It must be so difficult for her to feel relaxed around other people. But if the literature club can make it happen, then it's something that she deserves to experience. That was really cute. Well then, based on my understanding of your feelings, I suppose I wouldn't mind if we were to continue reading. Hehehe, that's what I wanted to hear. But we can stop at any time. If you truly don't like it, please be honest. I won't be offended. Of course. I'm not going to judge anything this early on though, so we'll just see what happens. Oh, and, it's not good to touch people without their consent. Oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make him feel uncomfortable. Oh, you didn't. I mean, I suppose it was kind of nice. Meow. I was just saying. I'm back! Monica's back! I haven't seen you, like, at all recently. Sayori trots over to Monica. Ah, she whispers loudly. Can I hug you? Sure, Sayori. Sayori wraps her arms around Monica. Oh yeah, Yuri, it might be good to know. Sayori can be kind of a hug monster. Ah. Hey, don't call me a monster! Artemis is a monster. If he inherits the kingdom, it could spell disaster. Haha. Yuri laughs. Monica perplexively looks between the two of them, then smiles. Well, I'm glad you've been enjoying your reading so far. This is so adorable. Normally, Saruto, this game is a disturbing horror game, but I guess this is the side story. It's like our first real activity as the literature club. Ah, about that. Well, you've been so patient with exploring my interests. I think it would be inconsiderate of me to not return the favour to you and learn about the things that you like. Yes! Do you like poetry? Yuri smiles. Oh, that is just, it's too cute. Oh, wait. Is this somebody trying to dissect Doki Doki? Simulation. That's fucking weird, dude. Picture. Aww, look at that. God, I'm loving these pictures. They're so cute. Don't touch people without their consent, kids. It's a much better change from that. Oh, and that. Yeah, I love this game, man. It's so fun. I don't think I could continue another one, simply because my throat would completely implode on itself if if I were to continue. My throat's already killing as it is. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will do more of the side stories because I'm really intrigued. But for now, I'll see you later. Have a good day, everybody.